Today I'm going to be talking about the 5 guitars that got away. Welcome to my Pink Room of Doom. My name is Jonathan. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for checking out another one of my videos. If you're new here, please make sure you click the subscribe button, the bell notification, the like button, all that good stuff. Check links in the description for my Instagram, my Teespring store if you want to support the channel in any other way besides just subscribing. With all that out of the way, leave me a comment and let me know what your biggest gear regrets are. So here we go, 5 guitars that got away. Guitar number 1 is going to be an Epiphone, specifically the 1956 Epiphone Les Paul in Candy Apple Red.
I'm so happy that I found it, and it's... Look at that. Yeah.
If you've been a fan of this channel for quite a while, you knew at one point in time I had a huge affinity for these 1956 Epiphone Les Pauls. I still do, and the reason I don't own one right now is because I got rid of the Candy Apple Red one, and I regret it to this day, and that's the only one that I want. I want to find one again so bad. It's not that it played better than the others, because I've owned a couple of them. Really, I've owned all 4 colors that they have, and I've made videos on all of them. Go check them out if you want more details on those. And they all play equally as well, right? They're fantastic. I don't know why Epiphone has not reissued these guitars yet. With everything else that they're doing in their line right now, with the Inspired by Gibson Custom Shop, Epiphone. If anybody has any kind of connection to Epiphone, pass this message along to them from one huge Epiphone fan to another. Please re-release the 1956 Epiphone Les Pauls. They are fantastic instruments, and please do one in Candy Apple Red. But anyway, I digress. There's my little rant over. So again, I've owned all 4 colors of them, but this one was by far the most stunning one I've ever owned. And I regret to this day selling it. You don't find them at all on the used market. When I Googled this after I bought it and was looking up some information on the color, I found one forum post that mentioned one from Japan. So I don't know if it was a Japanese exclusive thing. Even the Epiphone Wiki doesn't have the red one listed to my knowledge, which is crazy. So 1956 Epiphone Les Paul Candy Apple Red. If anybody has one and wants to get rid of it, let me know, please. I will buy it. And that will be one of those love it, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours forever. It will be mine forever. I promise you. Guitar number 2 on my list might surprise some of you because it's a Telecaster. And specifically, it's a Squier Telecaster. Squier Telecaster, what? There's a million of those. Well, not like this. This one, number 2 on this list, goes to the Squier John 5 Signature Frost Gold Telecaster. My God, when I tell you that this guitar is what I hold every Telecaster that I play to, I hold it to this standard. Specifically, not just for the looks, because the looks, we'll talk about that in a second. The neck on this thing, the one that I had at least, best Tele neck I've ever played in my life. These kind of sat in the same range price-wise, and I would say quality-wise, as the Squier Classic Vibes, which they're kind of renowned for being like these super budget-friendly, like just a spec off-the-grid, amazing guitars, which they all are. But this one in particular was great for 2 reasons. 1, because of the neck, and 2, because of the all-gold everything. Everything on this thing was gold, except for like the frets, right? So it was double bound body, gold paint, matching gold headstock, gold tuners, gold knobs, gold bridge, gold saddles, and then obviously that gold pick guard, man, that mirrored gold pick guard. It is the gaudiest, ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and that's right up my alley because look at me, right? I fit right in with it. Number 3 on my list of guitars that got away, we're going back way back to when I started getting real heavy into actually playing guitar, and that is going to be my Ibanez RG2EX1. And that guitar was my first real electric, and it had some defining features to it. I had upgraded it and everything, and it, you know, obviously that can change. So what is the guitar? It is this. It's an Ibanez RG2EX1. Now, I did end up buying one of these again a little later on in my YouTube career and in my guitar career and all that kind of stuff. Not that it's a career, but you get what I mean. And it was this huge nostalgia rush, and I loved it. And I ended up selling that one, and I've kind of regretted selling that one, but I've always regretted selling my original Ibanez RG2EX1. Not that it was like the greatest guitar in the world, but it was my first real electric guitar. And I kind of hate that I'm not in that club now of people that say, this is my original guitar, this is what I started out on, blah, 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 blah. Not that it really matters, but it's a sentimental thing. And I really hate that I got rid of that one specifically. I have some pictures of it, and I've tried to reach out to the internet, and of course, widely ignored on the internet, to say like, hey, here's kind of a picture of the serial number. If anybody happens to own it, let me know, blah, 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 blah thing. And no luck. I had a white nut. I had the nut replaced. It had a gold saddles on the bridge? So it was black bridge, gold saddles. If anybody happens to have bought that, I think it had a Seymour Duncan in the bridge. I mean, I know that that's probably long been changed, but if anybody bought one like that and you've watched this video by chance, let me know, man. I want to buy that guitar back bad. Number 4 on my list of guitars that I regret selling, it's going to be my Gibson SG Junior. Yeah, this one is also another hunt, like the first one that I mentioned, the Epiphone Les Paul that I mentioned at the very beginning. I did not know that when I bought this Gibson SG Junior for $12.99, what was it, a year and a half ago now, something like that. I have a video on this one too, go check it out. With the hard shell case, brand new, one of the coolest guitars that I've ever seen, ever owned, ever played. That when I sold it, they were going to discontinue them, and then the price of them used were going to be past what they were new, which, I mean, I guess it's a Gibson, right? When they discontinue a Gibson, what do you think is going to happen? Duh. That hurt my heart so bad, because when I made the video on this, I touted it as like a dream guitar, and it is, and it was, and it still is, right? I still want to get another SG Junior. And if Epiphone released an SG Junior, I'd be all over that. But I digress. Epiphone. The Gibson SG Junior that I bought, the $12.99 one, I mean, it was everything you needed. That was an awesome guitar. It played great. The neck was nice and fat and chunky. Brand new. It was just amazing. And this coming off the heels of like people saying that like Gibson was, I don't know if it was at a time where people were saying Gibson's quality was kind of dipping. I think it was after what's-his-face took over the company and things kind of started to go back up. But again, I digress. The Gibson SG Junior will always be on my list of guitars that I regret selling, and until I get another one, I probably won't shut up about getting another one. So the only ones that I can find on the used market right now, aside from those, are the uber expensive, like $3,000 custom shops used, and I'm not going to pay $3,000 for a Gibson custom shop SG Junior. I'd rather have the $12.99 one, let's be honest. And number 5 on my list, we're finally here. It's my Japanese Jackson DK2M. This was one of the best deals I've ever gotten on a guitar used. And here's why. Well, first off, it's a Japanese Jackson. Those things, the quality on those is through the roof. It's amazing. It's not like they're uber expensive on the used market. Some people, I made a video about how to date a Japanese Jackson and stuff. That's a pretty popular video. So if you have any problems with that or want more information, go check that out. Anyway, again, I digress. This was one of the best deals I got because while they're not super expensive, sometimes they're not super cheap. I found this one mislabeled on Guitar Center used for $150. And I was like, for that, absolutely. Aside from the looks, I knew it was a Japanese Jackson. Again, Japanese quality control through the roof, amazing. And it was amazing. Again, that guitar did a lot of things for me. It made me kind of acquire a new relationship with Jackson. I have a Jackson King V that I've had forever, like over 10 years. I've had it forever. It was my second real guitar. I kept that one over the Ibanez, which, but anyway, like that guitar, never really played it. And then after I got the DK2M, I went on a Jackson craze. I was absolutely nuts for Jackson, but that's settled down, but I still have this thing in my heart for Jackson because they're awesome. They're awesome guitars, especially those old Japanese ones. It was one of those that I got, it was a Floyd Rose, had a Floyd Rose on it. Made me really jump into learning how to set up Floyd Roses and made me fall in love with Floyd Roses. Before that, you wouldn't have me touch one with a Floyd Rose on it. I mean, that guitar did a lot. And I mean, it's just, I hate that I sold it. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So, hey, if you made it this far to the video, those are my 5 guitars that got away. I have a lot of other ones, but those are the top 5 that I lose sleep over all the time and constantly think about and kick myself in the ass for getting rid of. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. Again, leave me some comments on some gear that you may have regretted buying or getting rid of. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit the like button, all that kind of good stuff. Check links in the description for all of my other social medias. And if you want to buy a t-shirt, support the channel in any other way besides just subscribing. With all that being said, thank you for hanging out with me in my pink room of doom, and I'll see you guys next time.